Good morning and welcome to another episode of TNTV. I'm your host, Billy, coach of the Nottingham Forest Curse, and today we're here with our ICP off-season week 4 game up against our good friend Seth AKA SW087. He is a phenomenal person and a phenomenal battler, and I'm really terrified for this game. So we are currently sat at 1-2. We've taken a couple tough losses, and we did have a pretty decent win. But we have a really rough schedule ahead of us. This week, like I said, we're up against Seth, who's currently sat at 3-0, and when you can see his team now, you can understand why. He has Mew, Tapu Fini, Dragonite, Raikou, Pangoro, Mega Steelix, Arcanine, Credilli, Aegislash, Pinsir, and Aurorus. Now the 6 I'm expecting: Mew, Tapu Fini, Dragonite, Raikou, Mega Steelix, and Arcanine. Not expecting the Aegislash because I don't think it does too well against my son. And let's see, I could maybe see the Aurorus if he does want to mix up the whole weather and everything like that, but we will have to see. Mega Steelix I feel like has to come because otherwise Choice Specs, Magnezone just Volt Switches all over his team. So yeah, that's kind of it really. His current kill leader is actually Fini. I think it's one of the best. I think it's currently joint first kill leaders in the entire season. He's been using it really well. I think he's brought Scarf a couple of times, so that's definitely something to watch out for. Now then, when I was looking at his team, something I noticed was he doesn't really, the team I'm expecting to come, he doesn't have the best ice switch-ins other than Arcanine really, and Arcanine is something I kind of want to get chipped down. So we're actually going to be starting off this week with a Choice Specs Aku the Cryogonal, Freeze Dry, Ice Beam, Water Pulse, and Knockoff. Like I said, doesn't have the best ice switch-ins. Mew, if it's max HP, is potentially 2-hit KO'd by Ice Beam. Fini's 2-hit KO'd by Freeze Dry. Dragonite, even behind Multiscale, if it's not invested, is OHKO'd by Ice Beam. Raikou doesn't take 2 Ice Beams, and we actually still take like a Aura Sphere from a Raikou pretty well. Pangoro doesn't take 2 Ice Beams. Mega Steelix I don't believe takes 2, or if it does, it doesn't take them very well. Arcanine is 2-hit KO by Water Pulse. Credilli doesn't like Ice Beams. Aegislash, I've got a knockoff, but I don't expect it to come. Pinsir won't take 2 Ice Beams, and Aurorus is the only thing that can kind of switch in on this thing. Even Water Pulse, it doesn't hurt it too much, because it's quite bulky, that thing. So yeah, this is kind of our breaker for this game. I just kind of want to get it in and click Ice Beam or Freeze Dry. First time it comes in, I'll probably try and click Knockoff. Maybe catching the Arcanine, get rid of the boots or something, because that'd be quite nice for Dingodile, the Rhyperior, with the Stealth Rocks, Earthquake Stone, and Rock Polish. So we also have the Pasho Berry. Now the reason we have the Pasho Berry means we can actually live any water move, I believe. Let's double check my notes. Yeah, it can take any water moves, even I believe like a Specs Hydro Pump from Fini. Actually, I don't know about Specs, but it can take a Scarf one. Ground and Rock is actually really good against this team. I really wanted to make Rhyperior shine this week because his team, again looking at it, doesn't switch into ground types, well, ground or rock, well, at all. But the problem is Dingodile's really slow, so it's quite hard to bring it in on something and completely threaten it. For example, like Arcanine, if it's Will-O-Wisp, I know they have a Fini with Misty Terrain, but I believe in week 3 they didn't bring Misty Terrain, so like Will-O-Wisp Arcanine really just shuts down Rhyperior. It doesn't shut it down, but it really slows it down. Now we do have Rock Polish. Now the Rock Polish is so we can outspeed a Jolly Dragonite after the Rock Polish. So yeah, and no, it should be Stone Edge, sorry, that should be, good job, I checked, that should be Rock Blast, because that allows us to break the multi-scale, and then I believe it will OHKO Dragonite, so that's absolutely fine. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I need to say for good old Dingodile. Oh yeah, the other thing was, it was originally Sugar Berry for Dragonite in case I started setting up, but the thing is with Seth, he's a very unique builder, and by that I mean he's a very good builder, and he doesn't bring unique sets. So I wouldn't even be surprised to see a special Dragonite like Hydro Pump. But if he does bring physical, we still take a +1 adamant Earthquake. It does a max of like 60%. If it's special, then Hydro Pump only does about 50% thanks to our Pasho Berry. Also, another thing I need to worry about with the Arcanine is something I'm going to scout for is he is man enough to run Solar Beam on Arcanine. When he actually helped me mock against JV our last game, and he brought Power Herb Solar Beam Blaziken for the Rhyperior or the Vaporeon. But so yeah, I could fully see Arcanine bringing Solar Beam. Fingers crossed it doesn't. But next up, we're going to go with Ripperoo. Wish, Protect, Flip Turn and Scald. I've gone back and forth, not just on this Pokemon, but on my entire team. I think I've built about 8 different teams for Seth, and this is the one I'm finally settling on. I just couldn't figure out how I can win this game, but I really do need to win it. If we're going to make playoffs, we really need to start picking up some wins, because after this week we play Mario, who won the Wi-Fi League at the ICP last season. So yeah, tough time ahead of us. So basically, this thing doesn't really get broken by any of his physical Pokemon. It's the only physical Pokemon that can 2-hit KO it is a banded Pangoro. If it's not banded, then it's fine. And it does a pretty good job against his special mons as well, than Raikou. We have Roar to prevent it being... No, I don't have Roar to Roar off. Shit. So, okay, I don't have Roar, but I've got Flip Turn to get out of there. And I've got Scald. I know I can't really touch the Dragonite. I wanted Ice Beam, but if I can Scald Burn it, then that's fine. If I can Flip Turn out and get into something else, it might be okay. I don't know. It's going to be a tough game. Now, this does take moves very well from Tapu Fini, but I do have to watch out for the Taunt and Nature's Madness set. If it's that set, it completely shuts down Vaporeon, and Vaporeon's useless against it. So yeah. Now, how I want to win this game is actually with Dragon Ball, with Dr. Nero Cortex, with Spell Tag, Dragon Dance, Dragon Darts, Phantom Force, and U-Turn. U-Turns to bait in the likes of Fini, likes of Steelix, get into potentially Dingodile or the Rhyperior or Cryogonal, depending on what comes in. And then late game, click Dragon Dance. So our speed is for Raikou, without any boosts, and then after a +1 we will outspeed any Scarfers as well, so really solid. Let's have a look. So I need Fini and Mega Steelix severely weakened for this thing. I believe if it's a defensive Fini, after +1 Phantom Force does about 50%. Mega Steelix we really need either gone or weakened, but I think we've got plenty of arsenal to be able to help take down the Mega Steelix. We do actually, with this special defense investment, we actually live a max special attack timid Moonblast from Fini. So if it's like a Scarf Fini, we'll take the Moonblast. And lives timid Spec Shadow Ball from Raikou, which is pretty cool. Now next up, we've got a bit of a more unique set for Crash Bandicoot, the Mega Houndoom. We have Superfang, Willow, Fire Blast, and Dark Pulse. So why? So the speed, first of all, is there to tie with Raikou. Superfang is just put anything that comes in at 50 or 51% depending on their HP number, and Willow is so that the Dragonite cannot set up on me, because if he brings Misty Terrain, it doesn't affect Dragonite because it's not touching the ground. So I can Willow the Dragonite, prevents it from clicking doesn't prevent it from clicking Dragon Dance, but it will really neuter it. We're unlikely to be 2-hit KO'd by a timid Fini Moonblast with this HP investment as well, which is pretty good. We do live in Adamant Dragonite's EQ, and we're not 2-hit KO'd by a burned Dragonite as long as it's not like boosted or anything. So yeah, and then here's the other one. So if it's a max HP Mew, if we click Dark Pulse on it, we do actually live a close combat from Mew. So if I can click Dark Pulse, if it sets up, then a bit of a problem, but you know, not taking a close combat then. But I kind of expect I don't really know what to expect from Mew. I could see a Cosmic Power, Roost, Stored Power, and Earth Power set, and that would ruin me. So let's hope we don't see that. And then finally we have Dr. Engine, Seal Valley. This time we're going Steel Memory. We're going Speed for the Dragonite. Parting Shot is really nice. Defog is really important for getting rid of the hazards and the terrain, because Defog does get rid of the misty terrain. It allows me to then toxic things. So for example, let's say Fini, probably not Fini, but maybe Mew, because I suppose Fini could set up on this thing. But either way, we click Defog, get rid of the terrain, click Toxic, put anything on a timer. Let's have a look. So the reason we've gone steel is because I don't have a psychic or a fairy resist, which is a problem. So steel is also great because it means if I do toxic the Mew, I can't get synchronized the poison back to me. Now, we do actually take, we're not 2 KO by 2 Timid Raikou Aura Spheres, 2 Mew Flamethrowers, 2 Finny Hydros if it's offensive, not OHKO'd by a Jolly +1 Dragonite EQ, which is nice. We're not OHKO'd by a Mega Steelix. We're not 2 KO'd by a Banded Pangoro knockoff because we cannot lose our Steel Memory. I completely forgot that last week when it's not that I forgot it, I fucked up when I was playing against JV, thinking, oh, Savali can't be knocked off, but I had a choice ban, so of course I'll be knocked off. And I think last week I lost the game after turn 1 because I really needed the ban on this Savali last week. And then finally, we're not 2 KO by a Modest Aegis / Shadow Ball. So yeah, that is the team. We're going to try and break things with Aku Aku. We're going to try and surprise him with Passion Berry, Dingodile, try and wish and pass our wishes around to the rest of the team, try and sweep with this in the end game, try and weaken things massively, cripple them with a Super Fang and Will-O-Wisp on this thing. Dark Pulse and Fire Blast are just great coverage this game as well. And then Savali just be a bit of a sponge. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and if you do enjoy this, then please leave a like, subscribe, that kind of thing. And the battle will be coming up right now, and I'll see you in week 5 when we play against, like I said, the champion of the ICP, Mario. So take care.